remember, shout out to my Patreon. Y'all are the real MVPs. I'm going to be trying to do some special things for y'all in this new year because y'all have definitely been riding with me. If you would like to join my Patreon, it's very simple. All you have to do is go to www.patreon.com/bstokestyling and make your pledge. $5, $10, or $25. Currently, I'm trying to get to 20 Patreons, you guys. So make sure you help me reach my goal by clicking the link down in my description box and joining my Patreon. You do not want to miss out on the early access to my videos. Hey, we're going to be getting started very shortly, y'all. Please, as you enter, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you have not already. Tonight is going to be a subscriber-only chat. So in order to chat, you need to be subscribed to the channel. You don't want to miss out on this content, y'all. I promise you don't. And share this video out so that we can go ahead and talk. All right, we got less than 2 minutes before we get this party started. Don't forget to order your custom Be-Stoke styling merch. That's right, we have merch. Just click the link down below in the description box and order your Be-Stoke styling merch today. I see we got Elizabeth Gabrielle in the chat. Thank you so much for joining, y'all. Go check her out. She's another one of my YouTube family. If you have not checked her out, she does great budgeting content. That's what's really been doing really good. Check her out. You know, we like to party into our review, y'all. Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac. This is season 6, episode 9. Before we get started, I am first of all sharing this video out because y'all already know that sharing is caring. So if you have not shared this video out, please feel free to do so right now on your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, your TikTok, your Snapchat, or whatever social media site that you use. Tonight will be a subscribers only comment section. So in order for you to comment, you do have to be a subscriber, but trust me, you don't want to miss out on this stuff, okay? You don't want to miss out on our discussions over here on Be-Stoke Styling. We talk about a lot of good stuff, including these ratchet reality TV shows, honey, and I love every minute of it. All right, y'all. We are going to get into this review. Let me see. We're going to get into this review, but before we do, I was just over here checking on the Twitter, seeing what's going on. Do y'all like to live tweet and watch? Because, honey, I live for a good live tweet and watch. All right, let me pull up my notes here and let's get into it. Hey, Nikki Pooh, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Long time no see. I even got some screenshots for us today, y'all. I don't normally be doing the screenshots, but I got screenshots tonight for us. So the episode starts off with Mia. Mia is getting prepared for a brunch that she has with her mother. Now, you know that her and her mother have a little bit of an estranged relationship because her mom has been on drugs in the past. So she's sitting in her closet. This was a very contrived scene because she's talking about she's picking out an outfit for this brunch. She didn't even wear the outfit that she claimed that she was trying to pick out. Did y'all peep that? Did y'all notice that, or was that just me? I be watching too much stuff. But anyway, she talked to G and says that basically she really wants this brunch to go well. She's a little bit nervous because she wants to be able to express her feelings to her mom, but she does not want to trigger her into a relapse because her mom is a recovering addict. And all I wrote is that is an unfair thought process. I understand that it is important to be conscious of your mom's sobriety. And I'm talking to Mia. I understand this. It's important to be conscious of your mom's sobriety, but that is not your responsibility. That's her responsibility. And y'all should be able to have an open dialogue without it being without it being so detrimental that she would fall back into that. And I think isn't that a part of the 12 steps, being able to make amends with people that you have hurt? And who better to make amends with than your daughter, who you were not able to care for fully. So I do like Mia's storyline when it comes to her mom. I think it is something that we have not seen on Potomac before. It is definitely a fresh take on, some things going on, but I still don't necessarily see it for Mia. I don't. Then we go on over and we see Wendy and Eddie discussing the girls' trip. Now, you already know that Wendy still feels a way about everything that happened. Excuse me. Wendy still feels a way about everything that went down and how Giselle basically tried to put salt on her relationship because Giselle is miserable and doesn't have a successful relationship of her own. And Eddie says that he would never be out here doing anything crazy in the streets, especially after everything that he had to go through to even be in a relationship with Wendy. Now, y'all remember last season that we found out that Eddie is estranged from his family because his family disowned him when he married Wendy. So he was like, why would I even be out here in the streets when we've already had to go through so much just to be together, which is a very valid point. And Wendy says that's why it was so hurtful to her because they had been so open about they had been so open about their relationship and their past relationship. Wendy says that the ladies can't understand her reaction and why she reacted so harshly because they've never experienced that type of love before. Now, do I think that Wendy's tears that second time were a little bit much? I think they could have been a little bit much, but also I don't blame her for being upset. I don't blame her for reading Giselle. I don't blame her for reading Robin at all. She did genuinely think that they were friends. I don't know why, but she did genuinely think that they were friends. So I feel like she had every right to respond to them however she needed to respond to them. And I don't think that Eddie is out here doing no dirt. I really don't. I don't think that Giselle them necessarily. Well, I was going to say I don't think Giselle them thinks it, but we'll talk about that later. But I believe most of the ladies believe that Eddie is not out here doing dirt. So I don't understand what was the point of them even bringing this up repeatedly on screen anyway. Side note, this is just something that's not in the show, but I've been in the blogs. Y'all know I like to stay in the blogs and on the social media streets. And Giselle put out a interview. Don't make me lie and tell you who it was with. I don't remember. But Giselle put out an interview and said that her and Winnie had a conversation about this rumor off camera before this cash trip, and that during this conversation, her and Wendy, they did not go into great detail about it, but they did speak on it, and Wendy was not upset. So Giselle felt like it was not a problem to bring it up later on camera. Wendy then tweeted a rebuttal and said that she never talked to Giselle about it. I don't know. Somebody is lying. One person saying that they did talk before, one person saying they didn't. Somebody's lying. Either way it goes, Giselle, if you and her talked about it off camera before, why would you bring a lie that you believe to be a lie on camera? That you're still wrong. That still doesn't justify why you would do that. It still doesn't. I think it was more of a concern that it's on television. Oh, you're talking about with me and her mom? I mean, I understand that, but that's just the nature of being on TV. You still can't. I think her mom was a little bit hesitant. She didn't necessarily want to get into it on TV either. But that's again, if you didn't want to talk about it on TV, don't get on the show. Right. I totally believe Eddie. I do. I don't think he was out here doing no dirt. I really don't. Girl, I could put it on repeat. That could be my ringtone. That could be my ringtone. And I agree with you again, Nikki Pooh. I do want Wendy to apologize to Monique. I said that 2 weeks ago, whatever, when that episode came on, and I had already said it from the beginning. Once Monique was out of the picture, the Green Eyed Bandits was going to turn on her. She was not going to have any friends. I don't know why she thought she was going to have any type of loyalty in this house but in this friend group when it came to the Green Eyed Bandits, because they are only friends to each other. Period. What's next? Speaking of the Green Eyed Bandits, we have their podcast. Are y'all listening to the podcast? What's it called? Reasonably Shady. Are y'all listening to the Reasonably Shady podcast? They wouldn't get a listen, a view, an impression, or anything from me. I will not. Absolutely not. But if y'all are, y'all tell me, what do you think about the Reasonably Shady podcast, honey? Anyway, so the Green Eyed Bandits and the Broken Door go over to film their podcast. That's how I got it in my notes. Because we're over here at Giselle's $900,000 teardown. The doors don't even work. And of course, ironically, the episode is about relationships and infidelity. How convenient. Reasonably shady, huh? So then they began to pull up stats. And the first stat that they pull up is that 22% of men cheat. Giselle says when she looks at her friends, she says 100%. Is that true? Because let's see. Well, we know Robin, yes. Let Giselle tell it. Ray was cheating with Miss Lady before. Let's see. We know Sharice and her husband had a little indiscretion. Now I guess you're counting Wendy and Eddie, even though you said you don't believe the rumor. What about Candace and Chris? Are you counting them too? Maybe you are hanging around the wrong people. You know what I'm saying? If you're married and you're hanging around, if you're married or in a relationship and you're hanging around people who are in toxic marriages and relationships, you need to get a new friend group. Okay? I'm just saying. Find some new friends. Okay? But anyway, so they say 22% of men cheat. And if you cheat once, there's a 350% chance that you would cheat again as a man. And Giselle says that she wishes that she would have known that statistic 2 years ago. Has Jamal ever stopped cheating? Well, I don't know. Because 2 years ago, I don't know if it would be considered Jamal cheating, because were y'all really together, or was that just a plot line? To me, that was just an arrangement. So it wasn't really cheating now, was it? So the producers asked her, well, why would you want to know that 2 years ago? 2 years ago, you were with Jamal. And Giselle goes, oh, well, I was just trying to be funny. No, we know that you and Jamal weren't really together. Even if y'all were really together, Jamal was going to be out here doing what he wanted to do, because Jamal has been out here doing what he's wanted to do the entire time that y'all have been in any type of relationship, from the time y'all got engaged up until 2020. Now, why you continue to be in that, I don't understand. And then, I'm sorry, y'all, lemon water is so good. And then Giselle went on to further show how warped her sense of love and relationships is, because she went on to say that she truly believes that all men cheat if you stay with them long enough. That may have been Giselle's experience. That's not everyone's experience. Now, according to the statistic that you just wrote, there are 88%, there are 78% of people, of men out there who do not cheat. So how is it that if you stay with all men long enough, they'll cheat? It's really sad for Giselle to be this beautiful woman that she is and to genuinely not know what it feels like to be loved. And this is why she operates the way that she operates in her friend groups, especially when it comes to people who seem to be in happy relationships. She doesn't understand what it's like to be one of those people. Therefore, she wants to tear it down and find holes in it. She's sad. Then she goes on to say that it's acceptable to cheat one time if you're out with the boys and with some strippers. But if you have like a mistress and you're cheating over and over again and you're making it a lifestyle, then I can't stay for that. Me and my sister had this conversation one day, right? Because she was like, what do you think? Like, she was just speaking hypothetically, if what would you do if your husband cheated on you? And I was like, you know what? That's a very good question. I was like, that's a very good question. Let me think about it. So then I started thinking. I said, well, you know what? I definitely would not be able to stomach my husband having some type of emotional relationship with a woman, a mistress, cheating with her over and over again. That would definitely be a deal breaker for me. And then I thought about it. I said, but then again, if you can go out with your homeboys one night and throw away the decade of love and commitment that we've had for one night of sex, I'm questioning your judgment. I don't think I can be with you for that either. I'm like, so I guess the bottom line is I ain't dealing with that type of foolishness, because it doesn't make it any better. Oh, just because it was a stripper one time, it makes it better. That means that he has no type of self-control, no type of integrity. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you would throw away all of this commitment for legitimately a stripper? That don't make sense. At the end of the day, cooch is cooch. Okay. That is really sad. That's really sad that that's her mindset, and she really should check that. She should get some therapy for that. And this is again the reason why she will not be in any type of successful relationships. So then Robin goes on to discuss how there had been infidelity in her relationship and how she had dealt with more things than she should have. But then they broke up and now they found themselves back together, but she wouldn't deal with some of the things that she dealt with when she was younger because she done got too old for this. She just wants her peace and tranquility. I hope Juan ain't out here doing nothing crazy. I just don't necessarily see any kind of actual chemistry between Juan and Robin. I just feel like watch this, my mama. Of course it's my mother. Hold on. Every time. Mom, I'm on live. I'll call you back. Every time I go on live, my mama call me. It just never fails. But what was I saying? Yeah, I don't feel like there's any chemistry between one. I feel like they are definitely committed to being together in a codependent platonic relationship. That's just what it seems like to me. I don't care what they say. I don't care how y'all are trying to jazz it up. When are y'all walking down the aisle? So then they end up bringing up the Wendy rumor on the show, saying something about, well, I just confronted a friend about, possible infidelity, and she got really, really upset. And even you bringing that up on this podcast is implying that you believed the rumor, Giselle, and that is why she got upset. You keep bringing it up, and that's why Wendy is gonna keep reading you down. That's why everybody keeps reading you down, because you are miserable. Let me read y'all's comments. Is Jamal coming in my Alexander Rogers voice? Of course not. Of course not. I'm saying absolutely not. Where's Jamal? Living in the phone somewhere, okay? This is how you know she is a witch, because nobody want to be with her except Robin at all. They would be better just like being together. Robin and Giselle, the Green Eye Bandits, they would be better just being together because they're perfect for each other. Hey, Thick Girl, thank you for joining. Giselle says when they started, they knew nothing about podcasting. Hell, they still don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about their podcast. Like I said, I refuse to give them a view, a stream, an impression, anything at all. I'm not listening to them. I'm not supporting them in any way, shape, or form. Look, you know my mama. If it's not my mama, it's the boy. It's always somebody gonna always jumping through these live streams. Say they already together. Pretty much. Pretty much. They're so aggravating to me. Okay. So then we get, what's the next thing we get? Let me pull my, we get Candace. Yes. Candace and Chris. Is that right? Yes. Candace and Chris. Let me sit up so y'all can see my face. So Candace is stressed out because she's missed some assignments due to her master's in her master's program due to going to Williamsburg. Baby, you knew that you had them assignments due. You already know they give you a rubric at the beginning of the year, tell you when assignments are due and what you got to do. So that is no excuse. You need to be on it. Like Chris said, this ain't no little rinky dank thing. You out here trying to get your master's. I can talk all the junk now because I have finished my program. I got my master's. I can talk all the junk I want now because I ain't dealing with that no more. But Candace, I do get you because it is very stressful and you just want to be done with it. Hallelujah. Thank you. Graduation is on the 18th. Anyway, so then she goes ahead and downloads Chris on the girls trip and says that Giselle was being messy. In other words, Giselle was being exactly who she is and what she's good at being. And she says that Giselle says that Chris is riding her coattails. Now I liked Chris in this moment because Chris was like, you know, I'm just supporting you like you have been able to support me in the past. They didn't see when you were at my restaurant being a hostess when we weren't fully staffed just so that you could support me. So now it's my chance to be supportive of you. I completely appreciate that. Again, this just shows further how Giselle doesn't know what any type of genuine relationship looks like and how that can transpire and how it's a give and take and how sometimes, you know, one person really has to be the backbone for the situation while the other one is more in front and leading. So that was a little good dynamic between the two of them. So then Candace goes on to talk about how Giselle is just jealous of her magical ebony and ivory love story. Candace, okay, if you like it, I love it because the way that you talk to Chris later on in this episode, honey, I don't know if this love story is so magical, but all right, I'm going to let you let go and let have. Then Candace went on to say that Ashley and her forehead were only in Williamsburg for 4 hours, but she came and dropped the bomb on the whole trip. Again, completely ignoring what you've already said, which is that Giselle was being messy. Completely ignoring that. And blames everything on Ashley and says that she knows that Ashley was trying to be messy because when Ashley was leaving in the kitchen, she was packing up her baby's milk with glee. You know, like I didn't expect it to happen this way. Now, I don't think Ashley was coming off that way. I think Ashley really was like not expecting it to blow up in the way that it blew up. But because Candace don't see it for Ashley in any way, shape, or form, honey, Ashley could have came in there and not said anything, and Candace would have still been aggravated because Candace didn't want Ashley to be there in the first place. What do y'all think? Do you think that Candace has a right to be so upset with Ashley? Y'all let me know in the comment sections down below. Thick Girl says, I would rather for my man to support me with a 9-to-5 job instead of sitting home and following me around broke as F. Well, Chris is not just sitting at home. We find out later in the episode he has some gigs that he's working on. So I'm going to push back against that comment. Maybe, he's still working. He's not just following Candace around the whole time. Nikki Pooh says Candace should have said that ish on the trip. Wendy had her back last season against Monique and Karen. I don't like how Candace has been so quiet, except for in her confessionals. She did stick up a little bit last episode, but I did feel like when they were in Williamsburg, she was just letting entirely too much slide with the green eye. Well, not necessarily green eye bandit, specifically with Robin. And with Giselle. But she was just letting entirely too much slide. She did try to stick up a little bit. I think she just wants to be in the Green Eyed Bandit's good graces, to be honest with you. Something about her really wants them to like her. Oh, no. Oh, Lord. Let me get my allegedly sign up. I feel it. I ain't even read the comment yet, and I feel like my allegedly sign needs to be up. Girl, he's still broke and can't help pay rent. That's why her mom name is on the deed as well. See, I knew. I felt it in my spirit that the allegedly sign was going to have to come out with you, thick girl. I felt it in my spirit. So anyway, then we see a scene over here with Ashley and Michael. They're taking the baby to see a massage therapist because apparently he's having some issues latching. Now, I don't know if y'all have ever taken your child to see a massage therapist or a chiropractor. I didn't. Now, I saw a chiropractor all the way up until the day before, like the week before I gave birth the last time, and I'm probably going to start now. But that's actually really good for them to go see, for the babies to go see chiropractors and massage therapists, because you think about how they have been crammed up in this little bitty space for a long time. So to just kind of make sure that they're in alignment. I really liked that. I like to see those kind of not so conventional methods being seen on the show. So I always like Ashley for that. I don't always see it for Ashley, and many times I don't see it for Ashley, let me be clear, but I do support some of her mothering philosophies, some of them. Anyway, so they go to see this massage therapist, and Gollum has all the questions. Okay, he wants all the references. He wants to know everything, anything, and everything that is going on. Okay, you are such the father of the year this season. You are so concerned. We love to see it. We love to see it. Anyway, so as they leave, what is it? Ashley begins to get into the conversation about sex and how she's just happy that Michael is being patient with her as she tries to get back into her body. And Michael acknowledges that, she look good. She's losing weight. She don't look overweight, and she's still attractive. And the whole time they're having this conversation, I'm just thinking to myself, I mean, the man is like 100 years old. How much sex are y'all really having? Like, how important is sex in y'all relationship? Seriously. This man is knocking. Let me hush, because then it's going to be like I'm wishing death on him. But no, seriously though. How much Viagra does he have? How he clearly gets like a month's supply of Viagra on the 1st and the 15th, as much as she be talking about how they need to have sex. Like, it is so not important. This baby is 6 weeks old. Have you even been cleared for sex yet? And if you are this concerned, if it is this much of an issue, if you have to think about your man stepping out on you this quickly after you have given birth to his child, maybe you don't need to be with him. It's disgusting. I'm tired. Because you're not going to sit up here and convince me. You're not going to convince me that you got to give Michael that much booty. You just not. You just not. Okay. Let me see y'all's comments. Now, Kenneth and Ashley never felt it for each other. They've been feuding so much, I forgot why. You know what? They have been feuding since the beginning, and it's that whole pageant girl thing. They've always been frenemies from the very beginning. Also, if you are just joining us, please do not forget to like the video. We are streaming on my main channel, my backup channel, and Twitch. So please like the video no matter where you are streaming from. Thick Girl says 14 years ago when I had my last one, that wasn't the thing. That's true. Like some of these new age doctoring things were not. But if you know someone who's having a baby, who just had a baby, all that kind of stuff, find someone who specializes in newborn and prenatal chiropractic services. It works wonders. It works wonders. I don't want to even hear that much about their sex life ever again. I'm sick of them talking about it. Why are we trying to make fetch a thing happen? I don't want to accept the fact that you sat on it twice to have these 2 kids, let alone that you're just so concerned that you can't do it, like right after having a baby. Ew. It's disgusting. A whole lot of Viagra because he stays in the streets, allegedly. Although, do I have to say allegedly? Because we have proof. We have receipts of those things. Nikki Pooh says, I never take their relationship serious. We all know it's an open relationship and she is only securing the bag with the babies. I say the first bag is securing. The first baby is securing the bag. The second one, I guess. Right. It's definitely Candace who has the bigger problem for sure. Not tied, died, and laid to the side. You goofy. But as a matter of fact, before we get into this next scene, if you have not already, one more time, please don't forget to like the video. All right. So then we get this scene with Robin calling so that she can get a life coach. That's the scene. That's the scene. I have no commentary. Moving on. Mia and her mom go to brunch. So they begin the combo on the mom's past. This is the mom over here. I believe her name was Veronica. So they get into the conversation of the mom's past. And she made a statement which I thought was very telling of the relationship that her and Mia have had in the past. She said that she remembers saying before that she gets on my nerves because she acts just like her father. Now imagine how hurtful that has to be to Mia to hear that that's how your mom has felt about you, but also to remember that and to know all of the pain that they have had. You know, one, her father being an addict, knowing that Mia has expressed how much she loved this man and how much she's put him on a pedestal, even though he had done some things dirty. And then think about how the mom must have treated her because she looked like her father and she acted like her father. They showed a picture of her father. He reminded me of Richard Pryor. Was it just me? But so it was very telling to me when the mom made that statement. I was like, wow. Okay, we can already see that there was a lot of hurt and dysfunction in this family dynamic, So the mom goes ahead and she was hesitant. You could tell that she was hesitant. She didn't really want to go into the details of what had happened in the past, but she decides to go ahead and open up. And I'm glad that she did, because even not with us on the show, but just for Mia's sake, I think it was a good conversation and a needed conversation to have. And she talks about how the father had introduced her to hard drugs and, that he was present when Mia had a very bad accident where she burned like half of her body with 2nd and 3rd degree burns from some oatmeal. And he was there in the house, but he was in the house cheating with another woman while she was at work. Think about that for a second, y'all. So not only is your husband out here cheating on you, but your daughter is literally disfiguring herself while it's happening, and your husband is not even aware of it. So imagine the amount of pain and suffering that this mom has been through. It's really, really sad. She says that there even came a point where she left him, but she felt like she couldn't live without him, and she wanted to end her life. So there was a lot of pain and hurt with this mom. And so Mia says that she must have just blocked out the bad side of her dad. From her recollection, you know, he was this great man, and she disassociated when he was high from when he was himself, like when he was high, he was not himself. She didn't consider that to be like her dad. That's not how she remembered her dad. And she says that even she didn't build resentment with her mom, but she's always wanted her mom. I find that an interesting statement as well, because that's something very hard to do, for her to say that she hasn't built resentment, because resentment is so easily built. You know what I'm saying? And so for her to say that even through all of this, she hasn't built any resentment for her mom, she still yearns to have a relationship with her mom. It was very deep. I hope that they are able to get on track. I would suggest not to bring your mom onto the show too many more times, Mia. Like we do love to see this dynamic, and like I said, this is something different that we have not seen on Potomac before. So I'm glad they're able to dive into it. It's also making us kind of become a little bit more like open-hearted towards Mia. But if you are really trying to build a lasting and functional relationship with your mother for the future, I would suggest you not bring her on the show past like 2 more scenes. That's just my opinion. Nikki Pooh says, I hope they go through some therapy together, because these conversations can be very triggering for sure. For sure. That's why I say I don't want to continuously see them hashing this out on the screen. I do not, because I really would like for them to have a genuine relationship. Oh, not you know her. Okay. So then we go and we see Karen, Mia, and Wendy meeting up to go dress shopping. Now Karen is going dress shopping for her vow renewal with Mr. Ray. She says she's already spent $10,000 on her first gown, which is a bit over budget, but she can't just wear one gown the whole night. She has to wear something that she can move in, that she can dance in. So she gets to the venue, and I guess the venue people have pulled some dresses for her, and they want her to try on these things. Now, this is just my thought. If you are going to have a second dress, and your second dress is for your party, then it should be a party dress. It should not be like she's stuffed. In both of the dresses that they pulled for her, I like the first dress more than the second dress. The first dress is this one here. This is the picture that I got here. I didn't take a picture of the second dress. The second dress looked old lady to me. I mean, Karen is older, but it looked old lady dynasty to me. But either way, with both of the dresses, they just seem too tight and too form-fitting. This dress here, even though I liked this dress, it had a whole lot of bedazzling and beading, and it was very intricate. It had a little bit of a tail in the back. Like all of that, you can't dance in that. You can't move in that. That's a second wedding gown. If you're gonna have a dress for your reception, it needs to be like a party gown. It needs to flow or something, in my opinion. Honey, I see nothing wrong with you having 2 dresses, baby. I had 2 dresses, okay? You look, it's your day. Do it like it's your B-day, baby. Do it like it's your B-day. But I don't think that either one of those dresses would fit for the occasion as your reception dress, in my opinion. Anyway, we just needed a reason to come together and shoot a scene with these 3 ladies, okay? Do y'all find it funny that Wendy and Mia are now becoming chummy? Oh, when the tables turn. Anyway, Mia lets us know that she's been invited later on that evening to Robin's birthday brunch. She says that Giselle sent out the text messages, and she noticed that Wendy and Karen were not included on the list. Well, what do you expect? Giselle is sending out the invitations. So of course she's not going to invite Karen and Wendy. They have a problem with Giselle. Well, Mia says, well, it's not Giselle's birthday, it's Robin's birthday. Mia, have you not figured it out? If Giselle has a problem with someone, then Robin has a problem by proxy. Duh. Have you not figured that out yet? Clearly. So Karen tells Mia to give a message to Giselle and let Giselle know that if she just apologizes for using the word death, then they would be able to move on and they could be cool. We do know that now Giselle and Karen are in a pretty decent place. And I actually think that they thrive in being frenemies. Like, who is a relationship that I could compare it to? Excuse me. Who's a relationship that I could compare it to? I kind of want to say kind of like Kenya and Nene, but I feel like they've had a stronger falling out. But like it's that same type of energy though. Like it's that same type of energy where they both want to be the big dog, but they respect each other for their places and their roles. Like they see each other. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Y'all tell me who y'all think, who y'all see them being like. That girl says, yeah, I live in DC and me and her mom are from DC as well. Well, you know, it's a small world. The Grand Dame has put 20 on 10. Hello, but I'm feeling her attitude so far this season. She definitely did put a lot on her beef and her reason for not seeing it for Giselle this season. But I do like how she's moving for the most part. Karen can be a little bit shady most of the time, but I do like her this season. Right. Them over here being fake and chummy. You know what? You just got to get in on the side. You know how these shows go. You make an alliance and you jump in on the side. I like Mia's switch hitting right now because I'm curious to see where she's going to end up. You like that? I don't like it. It seems very fake to me. It seems very like I wouldn't be able to trust her. I wouldn't say much around her because we already see that she runs back and she puts 20 on 10 as well. And it seems like she wants to just fit in. It's real pick me energy for me. Exactly. Rubbing days, funny mess with my girl instead of boy in my Nivea voice. Candy and Nene. Yeah, kind of Candy and Nene. I think Nene and Kim. I think that is definitely a better one because Nene and Kim have fallen out and they have gone at it really, really hard, but then they've gotten back together. I think that's a good one. Nene and Kim for sure. It keep everyone guessing this up. Karen is very aware of Mia's posture. Exactly. That's why Karen told Mia. That's why Karen gave Mia the assignment to take to Giselle, and you could tell that Mia was eating it up. I feel like the man in the middle. I feel like you like feeling like that. That's exactly how you like feeling. We see you. We see you. Anyway. So then we get this scene over here with Candace and Chris going out to eat. Sorry, y'all. I be needing my water. Y'all know that baby be needing that water, honey. Candace and Chris go out to eat. All right. Candace is nervous because the video is coming up. And so they're kind of discussing the details for the week. And it's going to be a very busy week. And even though they have a shoot basically all day this week, they're going to be shooting it backwards. Chris is not going to be able to come to every single shoot. He's going to miss 2 of the days because he has been booked for some class of some sort, to teach. And Candace is mad that Chris has to work, especially during this week. It's supposed to be so busy and hectic. And Chris is like, don't you just trust that I have everything? Everybody's going to have a call sheet. Then I have, the choreographer's going to know what to do. The director's going to know what to do. I don't have to be there. Everything's going to be set up. All you have to do is go, do you not trust me? And in my opinion, Candace continued to get upset. And she's like, he's just never there for me when I need him to be there for me. And they do a little flashback and show how she was doing the pilot earlier this season and he wasn't there. And how she did the time in the studio and he wasn't there. And so while they're showing all of this, I was just thinking to myself, but a manager doesn't have to be at every single session or every single thing that they booked for their client. They don't. You book it, you set things up, you make sure that things are happening, and you keep it pushing. They don't have to be at every single event. Am I tripping, or is it just me? What y'all think? Y'all tell me down below in the comment section. But I'm like, Chris ain't got to be there. As long as everything is set up how it needs to be set up, as long as y'all got call sheets, as long as the people who need to know what they need to do were there, why does he have to be there the whole time? And so then Chris gets smart and is like, well, what do you want me to do, to quit my job so I can wait on you hand and foot? If I do that, then I should get an allowance. Because we do know that Chris, while people are saying that Chris is doing this to ride Candace's coattails, Candace told us a few episodes ago that she pays him in love and booty. In other words, he's not getting paid to do this. So why would he not book a paid gig to come stand on a photo shoot where y'all are spending money? That doesn't make sense. Why is she mad at him for that? Don't get me wrong, I can understand wanting him to be there, but if you're going to get a check, baby, go get that bag. That's like, go get the money. Like, that's the purpose. That's the main goal, in my opinion. I feel like Candace completely overreacted in this scene. I was on Chris's side. He ended up getting frustrated and upset, and he walked away, and he went and sat in the car until she paid and brought the food back. Candace was overreacting. She wanted to be a spoiled brat. And like I said, I don't see this husbander thing working for them in the long run. It's just not going to work. Nikki Pooh says, I really think Mia is going to be Giselle replacement because people are so sick of her and Robin with their no storyline ass. I think she would be a Robin replacement before she would be a Giselle replacement, because Bravo loves Giselle. They love Giselle. Candace can find a folded napkin or Kleenex wherever she goes. Look, everywhere. Girl, I be so tired of doggone Candace. She ain't securing the bag. You worried about the wrong thing. You want to be out here singing and dancing and hooping and hollering. You need to be on the phone with Kleenex or Ripple or Bounty or somebody, honey. Okay. Oh, y'all are so mean to Chris. Chris ain't got nothing else to do. Candace keeping him close to make sure he won't end up in the blogs like Mr. Darby. No, y'all are so mean. Y'all don't like Chris. Y'all don't like Chris. I be trying to give it for Chris because the gig must not be paying that well. But whether it's paying well or it's not paying well, it's paying more than what Candace is paying. Y'all are throwing money away for this photo shoot. And let him get some of the money. Let him recoup something. I didn't agree. Excuse me. I didn't agree. Let him go work. You think Ascala's going to be Robin's replacement? If Robin gets replaced, I wouldn't be upset. I wouldn't. I also feel like they are not going to let Ascala replace Robin because they're not allowing Ascala. And I don't know if it's she's not being vocal enough in the scenes or if it's editing, but we're not getting enough of Ascala to really have a feel for her just yet. Like, we like her. She comes in. She's cute. She's cute every time she hits the screen, honey. She tries to interject a little bit, but I think that they're editing her out more, which lets me know that they were testing her, but I don't think that they're going to actually make her a cast member, a champagne holder. I don't like Chris because I don't like a broke man who wants an allowance when he's already living for free. He was saying that to be facetious. He was being facetious. I don't think he meant he actually wanted an allowance. I think he was saying that people already think that you're taking care of me and literally you stopping me from getting money. So why don't you really take care of me? Then I ain't got to. Yeah, I think yes, I definitely do think that she's doing the best she can for it being her first season. I don't think it's her. I really think they're editing her out more because she's shot quite a bit. If you think about it, she's been on the cash trip. She did the spa day. She's here at this dinner. She had separate scenes with Robin. Like, she's been shooting a lot. I think Potomac, they don't really have friends of the cast like that. So it's just kind of hard to fit her in. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. That girl says all he pays Candace is in brown eggplant, so they're even. Oh my goodness. Oh, that girl got all the smoke for Chris. Let's move. Let's get off of Chris. All right, so let's go to this dinner. All right. It's Robin's birthday dinner. Now, y'all already know who gonna be there and who ain't gonna be there. We talked about that. So they, of course, get on the discussion on who's missing. Candace brings up, there she is. Candace brings up that 2 people are missing. This is the whole group. Well, Giselle says, well, you know, I reached out to old girl and I let her know, boo boo, you know, me and you, we can talk one-on-one, but she never reached back out to me. So I guess it's off the table. You know, that invitation had an expiration date. You don't wrong someone and then tell them when they need to come and talk to you for you to apologize to them, which is something that you don't even really do. Bye, Giselle. When Robin gets in there, she says that she feels like her and Wendy still have some unresolved issues. And even though they talked about it, she didn't feel like they had a girlfriend heart to heart. It still felt very cold, like she was a newscaster. Oh, she was a newscaster. She was she giving you substance, Robin? I don't know. Side note, what did Robin have on? Someone tell me. I know she was trying to give you birthday girl realness, but this was a mess. This sequin top and those leather pants was giving real Studio 54, looking a hot messness, and I want her to take those braids out of her head. Okay, moving on. So Giselle, trying to get the heat off of her, she asked Ashley, well, did you put some extra stank on what I had said when you went to the side and talked to Wendy? Because she just feels like she was not being malicious. And so maybe Ashley added something to it to make Wendy be so upset. Not the fact that you're sitting up here continuously talking about her husband. But anywho, Ashley says, no, you know, I can be messy and I admit when I'm being messy, but I actually know I was just asking her if maybe her and Eddie were trying to spice things up in the bedroom because of all of the little rumors that been out. So a scholar said, well, you do realize how that can kind of be taken as you believing the rumors. And she was like, no, I really wasn't trying to be messy. And Candace was like, that hoe was definitely trying to be messy. And so then now Candace and Ashley are getting into it. She was like, how did you just call me a hoe? Why are you even coming at me like that? And is because your forehead and your wide back came into Williamsburg and blew up the spot. And honey, next thing you know, doggone Candace and Ashley are getting into it. And why is it that a scholar is always in the middle of the 2 people getting into it at the table? I feel sorry for a scholar. I really do. I feel like when you talk about somebody who's always in the middle, she is legitimately always in the middle. Okay. Candace was giving Ashley all of the smoke. I truly do not believe that Ashley was trying to be messy. I think Giselle was trying to be messy because Giselle continued to bring this rumor up. And I think Ashley was just being a pawn, and she doesn't even realize that she was being a pawn. That's what I think. I don't think that she was trying to be messy. But like we said, Candace don't see it for Ashley. So it does not matter what Ashley says, does, been, did, gonna do. She is wrong in every instance of it. Nikki Pooh says, you see Mia's face when Candace and Ashley was going at it. I was watching Mia's moves because she in the reading room. Mia be enjoying every minute of it, okay? Mia is here for these girls and their mess. When you're too lazy to get up and get a real outfit for your birthday, you are a sad ass human being. And why her son filling in for one? That little boy was so uninterested. That's why I had no commentary for that scene. I had no commentary for that scene at all. I have nothing to say. She got a life coach and she looks a mess. Candace always has to go too low with her blows, but soon as someone goes low and bring up Miss Dorothy, she has a whole fit. And I do think that she was wrong for calling Ashley wide. This lady just had a baby. And when she came in to the scene and she sat down at the table, mind you, I mean, Candace was not here for this convo, but still, when she came in, she was talking about how, this is her second baby, so it's a little bit harder for her to lose the weight a little bit. So she's feeling a little type of ways. So, like, I'm sure that really hurt Ashley's feeling because, like, she's like, and we talk about body shaming. That was wrong, Candace. Now, you ain't had no reason to call. She just had a baby. She ain't wide. Now, you can talk about her forehead all day. Her forehead ain't got nothing to do with her baby. Her forehead ain't got nothing to do with the baby. But don't talk about her being wide. That was wrong. That's it. That's all we had for tonight's episode. Y'all tell me what you thought about it. If you would like to, feel free to click the link and call in and voice your opinion. But while I give y'all a quick chance to do that, I want to give a shout out to my Patreons because they're the reason why the lights stay on over here. Remember, shout out to my Patreons. Y'all are the real MVPs. I'm going to be trying to do some special things for y'all in this new year because y'all have definitely been riding with me. If you would like to join my Patreon, it's very simple. All you have to do is go to www.patreon.com/bstokestyling and make your pledge. $5, $10, or $25. Currently, I'm trying to get to 20 Patreons, you guys. So make sure you help me reach my goal by clicking the link down in my description box and joining my Patreon. You do not want to miss out on the early access to my videos. Thick Girl says exactly, but wants people to join her colorism bandwagon, right? Candace doesn't realize that her mouth is very slick. Nikki Pooh says Candace's mouth and flip lip is at it again. That's why Monique dragged her ass. Candace, she really does not realize that, like, her mouth is reckless. I said it since last season. Candace's mouth is reckless. It really, really is. And she came up against the wrong person last season. You would have thought that she would have learned a little bit of a lesson. Clearly, she did not. But her and Ashley, they gonna have the verbal fisticuffs every time. They're like Giselle and Karen, except for they were never actually friends. They were never actually friends. So she know her mouth is slit. She just didn't care when it comes to Ashley. Do y'all think that she is right to be blaming Ashley for this incident in Williamsburg? Do y'all think that was Ashley's fault, or do you think that she is just blaming Ashley because she don't like her? I think she's just blaming Ashley because she don't like her. I think it was Giselle's fault. But then again, somebody could say, well, you're just blaming Giselle because you don't like her. Possibly. Possibly. But what do y'all think? Y'all let me know down below. Let me know. Y'all just go ahead and get a celebrity boxing match. Box it out and be done. But no, Candace was there for her today. Okay, Candace was there for her today. Thick Girl says she's blaming Ashley because every time she get a chance, she does it. And Nikki Pooh says just a little bit because Ashley knew she was the bone collector. Yeah. I mean, Ashley was definitely the bone collector. But Candace is giving I just feel like Candace is giving a whole lot of smoke to Ashley just because she already don't like her. I don't know. But that's it, y'all. I'm finna get on up off of here. Thank y'all for joining me. If you are watching on the playback, please don't forget to hit the like button and share this video out on your Facebook, your Instagram, your TikTok, your Twitter, your Snapchat, or whatever social media site that you use. Tuesday, I will be dropping my hairstylist horror stories video. That video will be dropping for my Patreons early. So if you would like to get that video early, you could check out my Patreon. The link is in the description box. Also, if you are enjoying that series, please click the playlist and watch the past videos that I've done of that. I did my Love and Marriage Huntsville live earlier today. If you missed that, go back and watch it. And I will see y'all in the next video. Woot, woot, woot. Peace.